Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for the advice and the comments, which you know damn well I'll probably either forget or ignore, or both. Uh, we have our new spectacular exploding device called a ship, hopefully charging. And when we get everything done, we shall continue on. Now, my first thought was to get rid of this because it's right in the middle of everything, which is a good idea if you want everything in the middle of everything, which I don't. So I'm going to extend that far corner back into the hill a little bit and see if I can position the tower further over to this way and give myself enough space between the two towers. If not, I'll just have to alter the towers somehow. Anyway, first off, I'm going to probably need a lot of iron and steel for that. So we better get this going, if I can remember how to. Fortunately, my very good friend showed me how to set it up, which means I've completely forgotten everything immediately. And I think I was on piston number 2. And I have to turn on, let's see, let's do this in order, which in itself would be a miracle. The drills need to be turned on. The advanced rotor needs to be turned on. Hopefully the settings are still the same. Current angle, yeah, that's working. And where is the advanced rotor battery drills? Drill one, hinge should be hinge lock. Velocity is 1 RPM, that was right. Well, 20 degrees. Hinge lock. Oh, is that unlocked? Hopefully. And we shall increase this to 30 degrees. And what do we have? We're actually getting down into it slowly. That one's fully extended, that one's slowly going down. Let me just check that, because that should be 0. Piston number 2. Oh, okay. Velocity is 0.01. So that should be advancing. Which hopefully it is. And that looks as though I might need, what? Okay, let's give that just a touch more, shall we? hinge, and we shall increase that to, I think that's what I had before. Yeah, that looks about right. Yep, that looks right, that looks right. So in theory, we should now very shortly start getting... Oh, hello. Guess who's back? Oh, I wonder why. Yeah, we should be starting to get some iron. So, which way did they come? I think it's... I shall get that other tower up, and then... Seriously? Are you that bad a shot? Far better for close work. Okay. So is that now gathering iron? That's what it appears to be doing. Because any stone I get out should be coming out of here. Okay, so that looks as though that's all in working condition. That should all be doing that. Okay, we got that far. Didn't we do well? Okay, let's go over. See what we need to do. Have some mudgies. Get a little bit of power. So we fill everything up. We may eventually have to go and look at stocking up on all the other metals. Right, so what I want to do here now, let's start with this. We are going to go... Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to dig a lot of that out, I have a feeling. So let's go back there. Just dig all this rubbish out. Doesn't matter if we make it too big. I'm sure eventually I will find something to do with it, even if it's nonsensical and useless. I just want to give that a little bit of an area to oh, look at that. We got a hole. We got a big hole. Now we got no hole. Okay. So what do we want here? How far out do I want to come? Probably that'll be enough so I get enough clearance for that one up there. So let's shove this bit near. I might as well fill all that in too. So we got that. That gives us a bit more space, doesn't it? I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably never need it. But hey, a good idea is better than a bad idea. Or is it a bad idea is better than a good idea? Am I out of goodies? Oh no, I've still got some jungle juice there. How high is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10's a good even number. Okay. Now, I want one on the top. We go down. Well, that's actually quite a bit below that. So I can I come out too? I don't know whether I should. How does that line up? It more or less lines up with that. But I think that one might bloody not be a good idea. I can always later say extend this up. That one will actually be below it. I wonder if it will work. We've got to at least try, and if it doesn't work, well, I guess we screw up again. I guess that means it's not a good idea to put it in there. Okay. Got that. So, What do we do? Well, we'll take all these down first, because why not? So, back to there, and take the cutty. That should give us enough to put that one on. Of course you did. Okay. What don't we really need? What was that? Warfare battery. Oh, that was for those down there. Conveyor junction. Distance. Okay. And we put that in there. Because why not? Let's get rid of this one because that's the one closest. And put that around here because that's the easiest. What do we take this one? $180. Okay. Now let's see if it will fit in there. If it doesn't, well, does it really matter? That's 4. 5 and 4 is 9. So if it doesn't fit in there, well, it doesn't. Oh, it does fit in there. Okay. But will it operate? Yep. It does. We're a genius, certified, bona fide. And classified. Okay. Those are now out of the way of everything. I suppose I could fill those in just for the sheer hell of it, because it'll make it look pretty. And how's our little busybody going here? Oh, still going around. It's still gathering iron and shit. Okay. The thing is, in theory, that's meant to be collecting iron. If it's not, well, I guess we made a boo-boo again. Which I know is most unlike me, because I never make boo-boos. Well, until I make one, anyway. And then I'm sure everybody will remind me, okay, that I made a boo-boo. Because everybody's always so helpful. Okay. Let's just fill this in just because it makes it look pretty. No other reason whatsoever. Makes it so much easier going straight across there. Yeah, I know I could have changed the style of flooring, but hey, it's pretty. And I like pretty, just like the other guy, the next guy. Probably end up having to chop all that out one day, but hey, so what? Of course, I'd jump all this way down here, just to end up having to jump all the way out again. Oh, fun and games. Okay, production. Let's get let's get a few spares just in case. Now we know where the edges are. So, I suppose I could actually start thinking about making this into a proper thingamajigamy to live in. But I don't know yet. Okay, what can I go and do? What have I got? 4 minutes? Yeah, why not? 1.8 kilometers. Let's see if we can get there in time. 3 minutes. I might actually end up making a couple more Go Juice bottles, just so I have a bit of extra time and range. Oh, terracotta gloves. I'm sure I'm going to look really magnificent in a pair of terracotta gloves. Did I just grind up the... You silly bastard. You just ground it all up. You didn't pick anything up from there, did you? Because you're a bloody idiot. Okay. So, what should we do next? Well, I had a thought, which in itself is somewhat of a miracle. And as you can see far over there, I've got a red marker that shows me the exit out of the sand waste to take the shortcut back down to here instead of having to go all the way around. Now, to get up there, you may be able to see from here, there is a rocky strip leading up the hill, right? And that is actually quite jagged and rugged, which is why I lost the 2 previous rovers, because I decided it was a good idea to play hopscotch down a cliff face with rocks and ravines. I was actually thinking I might make just a small one-off rover with a drill on it and go up there and actually turn that into something of a road. But, well, yeah, you know how my ideas work out eventually. It either costs time, it costs resources, and it very rarely works. Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to go trundling around in my great new ship since yep, she's fully charged. And I'm going to go and pick up all sorts of bits and pieces and see how the ship performs when it's got a load on. Because somebody who's a lot smarter than me said I had too many thrusters on the bottom, which means it's pushing thrusters pushing upwards with a load. When I start coming down, it's going to come down too fast when I use my downward thrusters. And do I believe him? Hell yeah. But am I going to change it? Hell no. Am I likely to blow up my brand spanking new ship? Hell yes. Is it going to be fun? Well, not really, but we're going to do it anyway. So, let's go joyriding. See if I can destroy everything before I even get started. And once I sort of find out where I'm going, and see if we can find anything. Now, I have been to these areas before where I've mined out stuff, and you can, now there you are there. You can see how rugged that is. Coming down there is not a lot of fun, but the worst part is just that area just there, and the stone part going down there. That's a lot more rugged than it looks. So I thought I might actually build a little roadway up there, but there was another way of doing it. I could expend a hell of a lot of stuff, resources, and actually make a road up there. And that's where most of my goodies are, is over there. See? Gold and all that good stuff. And silver. They're both there. Okay. Now, the gold should be at the bottom there. And the silver should be at the bottom here. It is, but I didn't always do it perfectly. I never have. Instead, we got the gold. Oh, I got the silver here. Which is handy, and the gold's over there, so I can sort of come and go in either direction. It wasn't by design, it was by sheer accident.
Inventory full.
I know I don't need a lot of gold and silver, but it's better to have some stored away just in case than have to go looking for it in the middle of the night.
Inventory full.
Seriously? I hardly did anything. Where have I lost my way? There we are. Oh, let's go and get just a little bit more gold in case I ever need it. And then I should start really looking. Oh, that's right. That was the false hole. Yeah, I did actually do that. The actual gold was slightly different area. Hang on. Yeah, beacon's on. Battery. Antenna radius, yep. Okay, that's all on. Oh, that's where I marked the ore. That's where I actually went to get it. Right. And that one. Oh shit! Bugger! Told you. Look at that beautiful big flame. Didn't I do well? First time out, bang. Oh, still in bloody flight mode. What did I just destroy? The lights. Well, that's one thing. And most of the front. Did I have anything on there apart from... Oh, the front end motor, of course. Why not? Just knock your motor off. Knocking off engines and things, that's a good idea. Did any of it fall down here? Nope. Can't. Oh, wait a minute, that might have been. Alright, well, accident number one. Didn't we do well? Totally destroyed a thruster on the first attempt. Partially destroyed a few lights and almost totally destroyed one of the landing gear. Well, that's not a bad effort, come on. I mean, seriously, how many can do that on the first try without even, or first attempt without even trying? So, can we can fix that. I'm gonna fix that bit, fix that bit. And we can fix that bit. Not much else we can fix though. But we'll have to go back. And I guess we shall have to look and see if we have... Okay. Well, we can build a little bit of it, so we'll just have to go back a little bit front back heavy. Now, this was the silver. Okay, I'm going. How should I do this? Let's have a look. We've got GPS. Okay. Base, exit, we leave that. Unknown signal. Right. Silver. Delete. Gold. Delete. And set a new marker here. GPS. Oh, shit. GPS. View from current position. Silver and gold. Okay. So let's go back and get our poor little ship back together. First bang. Not bad. Let's try that again, shall we? Unknown signal. Oh, we might as well go and have a look at that. Why not? After all, half the fun is in the explosions. And the other half is not knowing what you're doing. Whoops. Bit rough. Right. Yeah. Oh, over there. She's just wet. Why not? Oh, nothing. Okay. Oh, see, at least we still got the storage part. But Well, we've got to repair that first, don't we? So let's just go in there and do what we can. It's not sort of a real big thing. Well, we're going to need that. Right there. That's all right. Everything else is okay. Alright, might as well empty this out while I'm here. Because why not? Oh, come on. Should be able to get in there. One of these days I might even be able to work out how to... That's empty. That's empty. Okay. Actually work out how to unload automatically. And that would be fun, wouldn't it? Could you imagine you could just hook it in and actually unload it automatically? Oh, too modern. Come on. Okay. Well, she survived the first explosion, but I seriously have to work on getting bigger explosions. While it was nice and it was entertaining, it would be nice to see more of it. I wonder if I can just angle that a bit more. That doesn't appear to be progressing very much. Have I somehow done something to switch it off? Quite probably. Yeah, it's off, isn't it? Dummy! My God. How could anybody be so brilliant? Hinge. 40 degrees. let's make that 50. Get a bit more angle on that. Yeah, you see that's actually working now. And I have to remember that the rotor should be going at a set speed faster than what the piston is lowering. Otherwise, it will not accomplish what I'm trying to do, which is dig a big hole. Now, what have we got here? That sorter should be dumping out excess. So if it's not dumping out excess, is it getting just iron? No, well, it's collecting stone there. But now I have the hole large enough where I shouldn't need to worry. Except for that centre bit. Is it close enough to collecting in the centre? Or is that the wrong angle for that? It's the right angle for that. Yes, well, so we are getting it. I wonder if I really need, how much am I getting? That's the thing. And I thought that the iron might actually be in a, like a belt of it. But maybe I've just caught the edge of it. Although there is a fair bit of it in the hole. I suppose, adjust the drill so that now it could just drill straight down. What would that give me? I don't know. So I'm assuming I have quite a lot of stuff in here now. Nickel, gold, magnesium, silver, iron, nickel, nickel. Cobalt, silicon, silver. Oh shit, I've got and then connector number 2. I don't know which one that is. Drill number, oh I see. Hang on a minute. I better stop those because those drills are full. Why are they full? Ah, here we go again. Annex stations. Okay. Drills. Oh. Hinge. Oh. Rotor. Oh. Oh, hang on. These were meant to be hinge. Hinge lock. Lock the hinge. Okay. Piston 1 off. Piston 2 off. Piston 3 off. Okay. All of that should be turned off. Yep. Everything's stopped. So, why is that still in there? $40K state. So, it's somehow not feeding. Don't tell me I've screwed it up again. I've got all that goody shit there. That's all green. That's all green. Conveyor sorter is on. That's right. That's right. Conveyor sorter. Drain all. On. Right list. Yep. Extract gravel. Okay. That's everything. Right. Hinge. No, that's not the one.
Fuel low.
Seriously? Oh.
Fuel critical.
Oh well, that was fun. Nope. Guess you screwed yourself once too often. Well done, son. You ran out of go juice. Okay. So why? Don't tell me something's broken down there again, or something I haven't finished. See, this is rather perplexing. In fact, this is exceedingly perplexing. It was working before, so why doesn't it work now? Why isn't it pulling everything out of there and through there? Because that's all switched on and working. Conveyor's working. Okay. Is there any chance that my refinery is full? Is that even a possibility? Into industrial refinery. It doesn't actually have a limit, does it? Why is that stuff in there? Inventory. Okay. Oh, that's drill number. Yeah, the drills are full. That's industrial assembler. That's only 2,800 of 4,000. That's 2,600 of 4,000. That's 26. So they're not full. Small cargo container is only half full. So I've got plenty of storage. So why is... okay. Do all of the pistons have to be turned on so that the metal will go through them? Is that what the problem is? Maybe that's the problem. It will only extract if all of them are switched on, but only one of them is actually working as extenders. That might be what it is, because if it's not turned on, would it be able to extract? So if we try that and it doesn't work, then I've screwed up somehow. Which of course means that I'll never work it out unless I sleep on it for 3 or 4 days. So, is that possible? That those I have switched off would not allow it to draw through? The only way to find out is have a look. I know, I'm sure I heard it. Piston number 1, turn it on. Piston number 2. Turn on. Piston number 3. That doesn't have any settings yet. So, velocity 0.00. 2 on. On. Now, it's still there. So, at the moment I don't actually need that metal, but I need to understand and know how and why that is doing what it's doing. Is there something broken up? It's got to be in a setting somewhere. There's some setting I haven't done, and I don't know what it is. Now, Under normal circumstances, the refinery is not overloaded. And this is not overloaded because it's not actually doing anything at all. So, what have I done wrong that that's not transferring all of that? Everything's going the right direction. Everything's switched on. Nothing is damaged. So I am missing something vital, which is causing it to block up there. Really don't know what's going on here. And I can't work out because I don't know enough about the game or about the engineering side of it that makes it work. So let's go and put Buggerlugs back where he belongs. For no other reason than if he stays here, I'm sure to crash him as well. And cause more damage than what I've already done. Oh, look at that. Got it right the first time. The battery's on recharge because... Nope. Fell out the wrong bloody side again. This could really get to me. Okay. He's safely back. Unknown signal, 4 minutes left. Okay, so he's alright. He's been repaired and put back. So not a total disaster, only a minor discomfort. But this does not solve my problem of why I've got 1,000,000 tons of stuff sitting in my drills that won't transfer through the system that has been checked and double checked by somebody who's an expert, and everything worked perfectly before, but the moment I touch it, it stops working. So, what could it possibly be? What did I do different this time that I did from last time? Well, actually, not that I know of. The only thing I have done different was to lock the rotor and lock the hinge. And if they were unlocked, what would they do? Probably explode, like everything else usually does. I'm going to once again have to make inquiries. Okay, so it is not really making me understand the principle of how everything works. Because for some unknown reason, I just can't seem to get the idea of how to operate this stuff. Which to most people would be rather simple. But to me, not so much. So, what I suppose I should begin experimenting with, I know that I've got seeds here. Now, from memory, if I plant one seed, it should give me 2 seeds back, 2 seeds in return. That's the understanding I have. That here, we put them into here. And then I go to... no, that's not production. There we are. And I can convert these, I grow these, harvest them, bring them back here, and select the, that's it there, seed. Collect seeds and spores for use in agriculture. And each one of those gives me 2. So as long as I keep using these, I will gain enough vegetables and what have you to eventually plant a reasonable garden. Now, how do I go about gardens? Well, this is the tricky part. I've seen it done, and I've been with my friend when he took me by the hand and led me blindfolded through the dark on how to build and service a garden, which incorporated having to have a what do you call it? Well, you need ice for water. You need the garden lots, and it has to be a sort of a glass house. I don't think they grow in the open. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think you have to build a glass house thing for it. So, what could I do that might... I could actually grow one up there that would still leave this area down here clear for bringing the ship in, or eventually, if I get brave enough to even attempt to have some sort of rover again, because I seem to be able to crash them a lot easier than I can destroy anything else. No, I could probably get it. I shouldn't have to do that. I could probably get one down in there. I wonder if I could do it that way. If I build up here, say I build up here and across here and make it sort of set of steps or stairs and things like that going up there, and then build the glass house upwards. It doesn't have to be that big because I'm on my own. So it's not as though I would have to feed 10 million people. How big would I have to make it? That would probably do. Would that be high enough? I could probably go a third step higher. Let's. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Why? How can you possibly aim at them and still miss them while you're standing on top of them? Seriously, guys? My faith in humanity is disappearing extremely quickly. And I know I'm not that much of a bad shot. Okay, we go on this one. I think okay, should we go up one level higher? Because that will put it above ground level. No. I thought I might get in there. Okay, we got that way. Double lever there. That would give me 6 beds. That'd be 2 of each. Surely that'd be enough just for me. It'd be a bit slower, but it would probably be enough. How big do I want it? Not a hell of a lot. But that's right. I also have to put walls on it. So yeah, perhaps I do need just one more layer to make it fine. This one could be the entrance. That would be the beds. Of course, fucking wolf would be in the way. Alright, so that would probably give me enough room for the walls, but what sort of walls am I? This is all a little bit new. I've done a little bit before because my friend sort of once again held my hand while I tried to learn. But me learning and me remembering is not always the same thing as everything's going to be okay. So, what am I going to do? Well, wait until that bloody wolf gets out of the way so I can put the last box down. This will give me enough height here to be out of the way of everything. Alright. So, I'm going to need... Okay, so I want to make this different. So let's see. I take a block, go to B, and let's select concrete. Yeah, that looks different. And oh, I think I should have made that first. Ah, damn it. Okay. Yep. So. Oh, nicely done, sunshine. Aha. That was the one. I did it all wrong, didn't I? Oh, that's the way to do it. Okay. But essentially that's still iron, I know. But I wanted something pretty. Something pretty different. Yeah, that looks different. I don't know if it doesn't make any difference, but it just looks different. So it delineates. Ooh, what a big word. That's it. Okay, we now have it. We know that the concrete looking shit. Oh god, there's always one more, isn't there? Or two more. Okay, that looks a little bit more industrial, which means I don't know what I'm doing. It's just to stop the you-know-who from jumping across. And yes, I know, I haven't solved my problem with the drills. Okay, now from there, I've got to have walls of some sort. Now, would I make grass walls? I suppose you could. And that would be very different. Well, okay, so I've got a basic idea of what to do here. Now, all I have to do is put up walls and put a roof on that's glass, or glass roof. So I've got to find a roof style. And I don't know if that's going to be right or not. This will just be access passage to here. So I need walls, which are going to take a certain amount of width side up, but I don't need them to be all that thick. Let's have a quick look. Of course it wouldn't be easy. Window wall. Graded catwalks. Yeah, well, that's beyond me at the moment. A window wall. That's a possibility. Let's just, for the sheer hell of it, start a new toolbar. Grates I won't do at the moment. Graded catwalk. They're all...
Energy low.
Oh, God. Give me a break, woman. 5 bloody minutes. So I want narrower walls because I can't... I don't know how much space I'm going to be. I may have to completely redesign all of this shit because I haven't given myself enough space here. But let's continue on and just have a look and see. What are these? Cover walls? Half cover walls. Half cover wall mirrored. Interior walls. Do we... none of this really makes a lot of sense. Inset wall. Angled interior walls. Greater... I can forget about those at the moment. Okay. Cover walls. So, armoured wall provides cover in interiors or can be used to prevent players from walking off ledges. Yeah, well, that's me. That's a cover wall. Okay, so that's it. Interior walls. Interior walls. Ceilings or floors. Okay. I think just for the moment, what I should really do is interior walls and cover walls, because I don't know what I should be using yet. These are all the same, but they should be within this area, within those. Interior window walls. That might be an idea, but I don't know how much space they're going to take up. Now, I'm sure. Oh shit! That's all I need. 1,000 windows. Great, good idea, lads. You've got 1,000 windows. What do I need for windows? They are 1x1s. That's 1x2 flat. Rounded windows? No, I'm not into roundies at the moment. I'm barely surviving on flat ones. Okay, windows 1x2 facings. 1x1. Transparent windows will keep the air in and space out while you enjoy the view. Okay, bulletproof glass. We're going to need a lot of glass. 1x1 flat. And these are so those are big ones. 2x3. I'm assuming that means that it covers 3 blocks wide and 2 blocks deep, or vice versa. 1x2. So that's 2 blocks by 1 block. So if you're putting those in, you would have to have a reinforcement between them. 2x3. That's a fairly big panel. And we have got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3x3 here. So 2x3 is going to fit across one way, but it's going to be short the other. So perhaps the 2x3, so 2 across, and that would be 3 there. So that would be a longer, narrow one. All right. I don't know which I'm going to use, so that's a 1x1. Okay. That's a 3x3. That would cover that. And then a strip of 1x1. Would that do it? Maybe. So the walls would have to... I could possibly make a lower wall, a window on top, and then just the windows above that. Okay, well, at this stage I have managed to totally confuse myself, but we have made a little progress, although once again that bloody drill confounds me, because I don't know why all that stuff is stuck down there again. Everything is switched on, it should be operating, but it's not. Well, I'd say we're well over time once again. So thank you for the comments. Thank you for the following along and watching me bumble and stumble through dread and chaos. The ship does work, even though we, yes, managed to smash it. I've made what I hope will be a sufficient sized garden. Whether it'll work or not is another thing entirely. But we shall see. So in the meantime, thank you. And we shall see you in the next stumbling little episode as I try to work things out. And goodbye to everyone.